$1.7 trillion. That's how big the student debt is nationwide. What if a lot of it just disappeared?
We are here today to introduce our proposal to cancel $50,000 in student debt.
Now the Democrats have their new grand solution. It's really great. Their plan is to make it all disappear. Just poof, it's gone.
Taxpayers would foot the bill, but should they? For borrowers drowning in debt, it can't happen soon enough.
I feel like I'm starting at a disadvantage. I'm 25 years old, and right now I'm literally living off the pennies.
For those who already paid off their debt or who decided not to go to college, they're saying tough luck.
I paid off my student debt. I don't think it's my responsibility to pick up somebody else's student debt. I particularly don't think it's somebody's responsibility who never went to college to pick up somebody else's student debt.
To forgive or not to forgive, that's for you to decide. So let's start here with who has the power to actually cancel student debt. Congress definitely has the power, but lawmakers haven't been able to come together on it yet. So President Biden is considering an executive order, but he's still looking for clarification on what he has the power to do. Other Democrats, like Senators Warren and Sanders, are calling on the Education Secretary to do it using the powers he has in the Higher Education Act. No matter who does it, this debt forgiveness would be for federally backed loans, which make up the majority of them, a whopping 92%. So now, while the most progressive lawmakers want to wipe out all the federal debt nationwide, in reality, only a portion of it is being seriously considered. Certain numbers are being kicked around. Biden's proposing $10,000 forgiveness for 15 million people.
I'm going to make sure that everybody in this generation gets $10,000 knocked off of their student debt as we try to get out of this god-awful pandemic.
For Democrats, a bill that would forgive $50,000 for 36 million people, proposed by Senators Warren and Sanders, is the most popular. That would cost taxpayers about $85 billion, according to Moody's Investors Service, a risk assessment firm. Meanwhile, many Republicans, like Rick Scott, say the cost of higher education is the real problem that needs to be addressed.
So I'm working on a series of bills right now that I'll be filing soon in the U.S. Senate to drive down costs, ensure students are prepared to get jobs.
But what if Dems do get their way? Who would qualify? Biden wants to include everyone making $125,000 or less a year. And Warren says for everyone making less than $100K, $50,000 of debt should be canceled. If you make more than that, up to $250K, she still wants to see a substantial amount forgiven. Also, anyone who's defaulted on their loans would qualify. But we're only talking undergrad here. Graduate loans aren't included. Chris Doritas, an economist with Moody's, has an answer.
Deficits, just like we pay for everything else, right? If you don't pay with taxes, you pay with debt.
Moody's found that people would spend much of that money, and it would act like a small stimulus.
People who have large debt amounts in particular, right? That's going to remove an obligation that can then free up room on your budget to maybe start a business, buy a home.
And actually, the government's already started forgiving some student debt. President Biden's wiped out $2.3 billion worth of loans for students with disabilities and for students whose schools closed suddenly or were a scam. Borrowers are already saving money because President Trump canceled interest on all federal student loans due to COVID financial concerns. And Biden extended that program until at least September 2021.
We're talking $1.5 trillion of debt, 5% interest rate per year on average. That's we're talking billions of dollars here.
Now, what about the future of college costs? That's still very much up in the air, but President Biden's American Families Plan is proposing this.
Everyone should be able to go to community college for free. And I think any family making under $125,000 whose kids go to a state university they get into, that should be free as well.
So where do you stand? Is canceling student debt a good investment or a waste of taxpayer money? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that bias meter.